Thank you for coming, Amy. And we will, like I said, get this recording out to anyone who was unable to make it today or that was having technical difficulties. First thing I would like to do is introduce myself. My name is Dana Lombardo. I am a broker at Green Apple Barter. We have been in business for 30 years, and I've been with the company for 10. So, been around the block a little bit. Definitely have a renewed interest in working with more women this year. It's something that I've been trying to focus on. So, I'm very thankful for Susan for extending this offer to the WSBA members. And I'll show you a little bit about what we're all about here at Green Apple. So a lot of questions I get asked will come up in the slide, but the first one is in general, what is Green Apple? So we're a business to business network. Like I said, we've been around for 30 years. We have about 1,500 members in the greater Pittsburgh area, in addition to tens of thousands all over the country that we're connected with via an umbrella company that we're able to trade within. So you in joining with us would be exposed mostly to the members in the greater Pittsburgh area, but there are opportunities to work nationally as well. We are locally owned and operated. We've got about 8 brokers right now that do the same thing that I do, and then about 5 admin staff. We are looking to grow our team. So that's always something that we're looking forward to as well. But our job is to really drive new business to our members. So a lot of people ask who is in the network, what kind of companies do you have? We don't necessarily print or publish an entire list of members. We do have a lot of people that like to be held privately or broker managed. Once you are in the network, you are able to view a directory, but this at least gives you a taste of some of the people in the greater Pittsburgh area. To give you a couple examples off of this list about what these people do trade, we have the Pittsburgh Penguins who will sell tickets. They will do boxes as well, party suites we've even gotten for playoff games. Ditto Document is a big printer in the network. They've been with us for the full 30 years. They do tens of thousands of dollars in traded printing costs with our members throughout the course of the year. Some of these are a little bit more obvious. Someone like number 41, Out Cleaners, they will barter their services for dry cleaning. And then there's all sorts of different advertising like radio and outdoor. So that gives you a little bit of a taste of who we deal with. So the other question that I get a lot is how does it work? Day to day, Green Apple is probably not going to come up on your radar. It's something that most of our clients deal with a couple of times a month. We're here to really supplement your cash business and not be your main focus. So, what we want to do first for you is make sales. So, me as your broker would end up promoting you to other people in the network. That could look like a bunch of different things. It may be through emailing, it may be through text message, word of mouth, or phone calls, but it's my job to bring new sales to you. So once I brought you your new business partner, you will provide the product or service, whatever it is that you do. I know for Amy, it would be selling jewelry. That may look like a single piece to an end user. It may be selling an inventory or doing that on consignment with one of our boutiques. There's lots of different ways that we can do that. So it's my job to connect you guys. And then you would collect the payment in trade dollars. So instead of writing a check or swiping a Visa card, you're going to do the transaction through our system. We have an online way to do that that can be done on the web app or on your phone app. You could also just report the sale to me, whatever makes it easier. We do a lot of customizing this program so that it's easy for everybody. So once you collect that payment, we want to continue sending you sales to build up that trade account. I will keep promoting you on an every week basis to the whole network as well as to specific people, just so that we're building up money in that account. Next step would be spending some of it. So you would talk to me and let me know what kind of services or products you're looking to purchase. That could be for the business, could be something like signage, business cards, brochures, vehicle wraps, trade show booth rentals, all sorts of different things. Or it may be personal items. So that could be healthcare things like vision or dental. It may be like women's clothing, all sorts of different things there. But you'll talk to me about how that works and I'll give you the connection, just like it was when you sold, when you buy. Um, the next step is to save the cash. So whenever it comes time for you to make that purchase, the really neat thing about the network is that you're able to spend out of that trade account that we've built up instead of paying with a check or a debit or a credit card. So that cycle just sort of continues there, and everybody comes to the table from a different place. So we have certain accounts that do a couple $1,000s a year. We have some accounts that do six figures a year. It's all going to depend, but that is why you're really utilizing the network, is because you're able to trade with these bigger companies that may not do a one-on-one for you. And your trade credits are liquid throughout the network, which really is the benefit there. So then why would you want to join? A little bit of that I went over in the last slide, but we're going to bring you new business. So this would not be applicable for anyone that you're currently in a cash relationship with. Generally speaking, Green Apple members tend to come from a larger geographic location than you may be pulling from for cash. And it may just be a different type of business than you're used to working with. In addition, a lot of our members will give Green Apple dollars to their employees, their friends, their family members. So you're not even necessarily just hitting that first ripple of the business owner, but you may be seeing that float out to different levels even from them. So the second thing is networking. We do a lot of events during the year, doing some things virtually like this given COVID, but you're going to be networking with all of these different business owners, and you may happen upon some other business opportunity just from being in the same room as them. Everyone knows how great networking is. Third thing is you're getting the brokerage service. So let's say you have some dollars in your account and you have an HVAC issue or a plumbing issue that comes up, and maybe that's an emergency, right? It's a lot easier to call me and say, hey, Dana, I have a furnace that isn't working or my shower is leaking. I will go through with my 10 years of knowledge and my network of my coworkers and just give you the two or three people that are able to do your job and do it on trade, rather than having you call at 10 p.m. on a Saturday all the different plumbers in the area or all the different HVAC people. So you get that service portion as well. Again, you're going to save cash when you go to purchase that, and then you can grow your business by reinvesting that cash into your business for the things that you are not able to get on Green Apple. So it's a lot of different ways that we can save you that money and help grow the business. The other huge question that I get anytime I'm pitching someone is, what can I buy? Right? This sounds like it's a little bit intangible at this point because I don't give you an exact list of everything that's in the network, but we can do business expenses, personal expenses, healthcare is really big. We've really focused a lot this year on employee incentives and bonuses. If you are independently employed and you do not have any other employees, you can spend it all on yourself. But for people who may have other employees, they can use this as a supplement to help and retain good service and good employees. And some of the things that you can purchase would be listed on this products and services checklist. This list changes constantly, day to day, minute to minute, which is why you really need the help of a broker to navigate the network. But this gives you a general idea of different items and services that have been available, I would say, within the past calendar year. A couple things to point out is meeting rooms and venue space. If you're looking to have an event, whether that's personal or corporate, we can help with that. We do a lot of candy and chocolate at the holidays, for gift giving and corporate gifts and personal gifts. We've done app development, a ton of advertising. So I can send this list to anyone who's interested too. I know it's probably coming up very small on everyone's screen, but there is a ton of things available, which is why it's just easier a lot of the times to call me for something than going through the directory here. And in addition to some of those different categories, these are some different things that you can get 100% trade. On the left-hand side of the screen here, you're going to see different logos from members that participate in the network who have done 1 or 2 day green apple sales. So this is going to be most appropriate for someone who has a brick and mortar location and has inventory in hand. We will create some sort of an ad for them and promote it to the network. I like to do that at least 2 weeks out and make sure that we're really getting a lot of excitement. But the customers from Green Apple can come in that day, introduce themselves as a Green Apple member, and participate in the sale. Places like Potomac Furniture has sold easily over 6 figures in furniture inventory in 2 days doing Green Apple. All of those items that were tagged with our label were done a 100% trade, which is awesome. Architectural Clay Products does all sorts of different tile and flooring. Brighton Music sells instruments. Henny's Jewelers. Some of these different boutiques do bath and body things and women's clothing. So that gives you a little bit of an idea there for the 1 day sales. And those come up at will as far as the vendor goes. So some people do those several times a year. Some people it's every other year. It just depends on what kind of a business they are. And then in addition, on the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see some examples of some gift certificates. So one of the cool things that we can do is work with restaurants and bars. And a lot of times it's easier for them to just create a specific Green Apple member gift certificate so that our members may purchase these and then gift them, sell them, fundraise with them, whatever the case may be. But we always have a huge list of those in the network. And we're always looking to grow more and more restaurants on that list as well. So these are great for giving away or for utilizing yourself. And then coming up here on the tail end of the presentation, we've got some advertising availabilities. These are different sorts of advertising that you can pay for using your trade dollars. So it can be magazines, it can be event sponsorships. We have Tracy at North Pittsburgh Greeting Company that does face-to-face welcome wagon advertising, which is really cool. She sits down face to face in someone's, kitchen with them. She welcomes about 50 to 75 homes per month in the North Hills. Well, I would say northern suburbs. So she goes all the way up to like Valencia, Hampton, Pine, all those high-end neighborhoods up there. It's a really good investment and bang for your buck. It's only a couple dollars per house that you get charged for that. We've also done outdoor. So we've got billboards. We might have someone who wants to do text message marketing. Radio is pretty strong. We've even had the green gears, which is the pedicabs that ride around the stadiums during pit football games and baseball games and all that. You could do all 6 sides. You could even put a little flyer in there for anyone who rides with them as like a take home gift certificate or coupon, what have you. But there are a lot of different availabilities here. Some of the really interesting things I think that not a lot of advertising agencies offer are the sponsorships with nonprofits. So just as we've done things with She Deserves, we have done things with Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank, the All-Star Craft Beer and Wine Festival. We've done P3R, things with the Humane Animal Rescue of Pittsburgh. This list changes all the time, but it's really nice to invest those dollars for some cause marketing because you're going to reach a really decent sort of demographic there as well. So this changes all the time as well, but there's always advertising on trade. And I hate seeing people write a check for this because we always have so much of it on Green Apple. So if that was something you're interested in, we can definitely speak further. So then the last thing here for Green Apple is we are going to be having our trade show. This is going to be held on December 2nd at Nova Place down in the north side. And it is a really cool event. We usually have about 100 booth spaces that are Green Apple members who are selling their items 100% trade that day. And then we usually get anywhere from 300 to 400 additional members that come as guests. So we typically like to keep the booths there just because we're limited on how many we can do at Nova, to people that are selling products. So jewelry would be a wonderful thing to have with us that day. And then the more service and people end up coming as guests. But we do that from 5 to 9. We feed everyone, we have samples, you get to see a bunch of different people in the network. I highly encourage everybody to go to this, whether you're coming just as a guest or if you want to come as a booth participant. We do easily $250,000 up to $1 million in sales that day, depending on what year it is and kind of what the face of the world looks like. But it is a big event. This is our 30th anniversary. So we're looking for more people to get registered. This is typically a $400 trade table and green apple space for a 10 by 10, 8-foot table, 2 chairs. And then we also have one parking voucher for each person that buys a booth, so that you can get in and out of the garage easily. We just need a little bit of information about your company and what you would be wanting to sell that day. And we're really excited about this because not only is it our 30th anniversary, but we did not get to have one last year due to the pandemic. So I think people are really going to be putting some buying power behind this and liquidating some of their trade dollars, I would say. So in talking with Susan, we definitely wanted to extend an additional offer to anyone who is a WSBA member. So typically all WSBA members get to sign up for Green Apple with no sign up fee. So we typically waive the $200 cash and $200 trade sign up fee. In addition to that, for anyone who is registered for this event, we will give you a free booth space if you join Green Apple and are already a WSBA member. So we get you a free booth space. You can come and sell your product on trade. And we just need to get that commitment form by the end of this month just to get everybody locked in. So that's pretty much it for us. But I've also put my information down here. People with questions may email me at Dana, spelled D-A-N-A, at Green Apple Barter. That's green like the color, apple like the fruit, and barter spelled BARTER.com. Or you can call or text me on my cell phone. That phone number is 724-272-5910. Very cool. Does anybody have any questions?
I wanted to give some insight. I know Amy's new, but I wanted to give some insight too on what because I'm fairly new to Green Apple myself. So this isn't like I've been very,
Yes.
and I will say that Dana is the best broker because I came into this like, okay, I took advantage of the special where, there was no sign up fees. And she reminded me, so you got nothing to lose. You're not going to, it's not costing you anything to sign up. And so if nothing happens, there's no trading, you don't pay for anything, So I'm like, well, I might as well join. And I had no idea because I was a little overwhelmed about everything. And Dana, she texts you real quickly. I text her, I have questions, she answers them very quickly. I had no idea what to expect, but the good thing is that, whatever I need, and I just text her today, whatever I need, I always ask, is there a member? Is there a member doing this? Is there a member doing that? And she says yes or no. And 99% of the times there is a member doing it. So I just got signs, the big expo signs, professional signs made for my booth because I do events for WSBA and She Deserves. I needed more professional signage. I got that through Fast Sign. And I don't know if you know this, Dana, but he was running this incredible special of $75 for those, the ones that pull out of the
Oh, the pop.
the metal
Yeah.
case. That was only $75, and he had a couple, so I bought two. So you're going to see that transaction coming through. But I even messaged her today. My son's homecoming is Saturday, and I want to treat him and his date to dinner. So I said, what's in our area, and she gave me a list. I even asked about a limo for them. I even, so that's just some examples. I will say that having the availability to some of the professional things that they have, has been very helpful too. Just like I said, the signage, the printing material, all the marketing material, um, the advertising. I mean, they have their own, and that's something she probably won't get into right now, but they have their own marketing, but then you can go through any of the members too. And then I can say too that, like, I've also used it, like we just had an event for all of our volunteers. I got a little gift certificate for volunteering. I've used some of the gift certificates as an incentive for doing business with us. I've also used them as, for our last event, we didn't have enough donations, so we actually purchased some gift certificates. Um, that's some of the things we've been doing. But I will say, just probably in the last 30 days, I've probably gained 40 new customers that I would have never gotten without being connected with Green Apple. And some of it was direct business owners, some of it was, um, like I met one of the ladies yesterday. She was an employee of one of the companies that's a member, and so that was one of the things that they gave to their employees. So that's an example. So I hope that helps. But it was a little overwhelming at first, but it really just opened up so many doors on what's available, and it has really strengthened us, made us look more professional. But also introduced us to so many other people, and made me aware of, even, I just realized that they are connected with a lot of organizations, and I'm looking to potentially even like join as a member through some of the other organizations too. So
Yeah,
um,
that's one of, I think, the best things
I
that
just wanted to throw that in there.
yeah, so we work with several chambers of commerce, different networking events. Those are really cool because you can pay for their annual membership fee, just like with the WSBA and Green Apple dollars. And then you're able to network with all of those people on a cash basis. So you're basically investing trade into your business to gain cash, which is really, what makes it a good success. And I'll be honest with people too, like Susan had mentioned earlier, she'll ask me for things. I'd love to say yes, that we have them available, but if we don't have them, I'll let you know as well. I try to be pretty transparent with what's in the network and what's available because we want everybody walking away happy. So, that seems to give everybody a pretty good outlook as well. So very good. I guess if nobody else has any questions, I can get everyone on an email list. I can send out some of those forms that I shared in the presentation, especially some of those products and services lists that were very, very small, I'm sure, on everyone's cell phone. But I can send that information out. And like I had mentioned earlier, if anyone has additional questions, I can be reached at dana@greenapplebarter.com or on my cell phone at 724-272-5910.